My name is Abena Hagan. My background is originally from Ghana. I have a degree in public health and a master's in creative writing and publishing. I'm the founder of Curls-AuNaturel. I decided to do the big chop in 2014 because I initially decided to follow the trend because everybody was going natural. But when I cut my hair, I started learning a lot of things about me as a person, because before I wouldn't go outside my house if my hair didn't look a certain type of way. But when I cut my hair, I was more confident in my own skin. I was more confident in who I am. And I realized my hair is an accessory. It doesn't define who I am. So I decided to share my hair journey on Instagram, and I set up my Instagram page. When I started my page and people started asking me so many questions, I realized a lot of people do not have the information. So we have this mindset where we say it's hard to maintain natural hair, but to me, it's lack of education. So I decided to set up my Instagram page to help other females. The platform transformed into a business only because I started getting deep questions. I got mothers messaging me, telling me, can you please put a picture of my child up? Because my child doesn't feel she's beautiful. My child doesn't feel she's loved, and she doesn't feel that people accept her for who she is. So on Sundays on Instagram, I mainly promote just children, just so I can showcase how beautiful they are. Because when the parents show them the number of likes they have, the comments, it helps them understand that people love you just the way you are. So you don't need to look like anybody else, which basically led to me writing my first book. It's mainly about self-love. So this book is about a young 6-year-old who wants to look like everybody else aside herself, because when she watches TV, she doesn't see anybody who looks like her. The Disney princesses, they don't look like her. So she's very conflicted and she doesn't understand. So her mother takes her on a journey to self-love, and she just shows her child it's okay to look like who you look like, and it's okay to be you. My thoughts on Pretoria High School students the females not being allowed to wear their natural hair out, to me, it's appalling, because I don't understand how they can tell students of Black heritage that what they're born with is not acceptable. We are born with this natural hair, and at the end of the day, how we choose to manage it is up to us. You can't tell us to straighten it. You can't tell us to put it in a bun if we don't feel like it. As long as it's neat and presentable, we shouldn't be told how to wear it. She's only 13, the young protester, and it's amazing how far she's come, because there are a lot of people who are older than her who do not understand that being told what to do in terms of what you're born with affects you mentally and physically, and it affects how you think as an individual. So what society is basically telling them is, it's not okay to look like who you are. You have to look like who we want you to look like. But that's not fair. So kudos to her, and she's making a great impact. I decided to find out if anything similar happens in the UK. So I have an Instagram following of about 246,000 people, which most of them are based in the UK and the States. So I posed a question and asked specifically for the followers in the UK, has anyone experienced it in schools? And I had a lot of responses where some females said when they were younger, they used to call them lion, or they used to throw things in their hair and see if it would stick, and a whole lot of other things. So it is happening here as well, but I haven't experienced it personally. My hair doesn't affect my dating life. Anyone I've actually been with has never had an issue with my hair. They actually love my hair because they like to put their fingers in it, and the texture's quite different. So I think it depends on the preference. But if you as the female are comfortable with your hair and with what you look like, then the male who basically comes into your circle cannot tell you anything otherwise once you're comfortable within yourself. Most of the comments I get are good. When I'm walking on the street, sometimes I get people who stare at me, but not in a malicious way. I think it's more an owl because they're not used to seeing it as much. I remember 2 days ago, I came out of my house and I had my hair in a fro, and a man was saying hello to me. And I was like, do I know you? And he said, oh, no, I'm just saying hello because I love your hair. I was like, oh, thank you. So sometimes you do get people stopping you to give you compliments here and there. I think if anyone does not like how my hair looks, they haven't said it to me personally or to my face, because, as I said, it's all about how you come across and how you embrace your hair. If you're comfortable and confident, no one can come and tell you anything else. But if you're trying to hide what you're naturally born with, you give everybody else the chance to tell you what you're supposed to look like or what you're supposed to do to your hair. BET celebrates you. BET celebrates natural. Be inspired.